Today we'll be going over our 100% walkthrough for Chapter 4 of Franbow. I'll be linking both the playlist for the full Franbow playlist down in the description, plus I'll also put a link for the written version that we do over on our website. And now, let's get to hunting. For Chapter 4, we'll have 4 achievements to get: Oops, You Crashed the Game, Check, Feeding the Robot Rabbit, and Memorial. You'll start the chapter in the woods and you'll have to move towards the left chasing your pill bottle, keep on chasing it and you'll eventually get caught in a trap. Use your knife to cut your way out of the trap and then you'll talk to Itward. Head further off to the left and he'll give you a bucket and your pill bottle back. Then head back out to the far right and use your pills to go into the ultra reality and talk to the spirit that's in a tree. Use your bucket on it and get it filled with water. Take that to the left and you'll see a dead moose that you can end up climbing up to reach the fire berries. Use the water on those to put the fire out and then use your knife to cut the berries off. Return back to Itward and let him know that you've got the berries and then he'll be ready to go into his ship. Once in the ship, you're gonna want to pick up the blue tape roll from off the table. Then we can go ahead and get Oops, You Crashed the Game for crashing Itward's computer. Go up to the computer next to Itward and you can play a game that's basically just Space Invaders. Beat 3 levels and then beat the boss and you'll crash the game. Now hit the button next to the door on the back wall to go in there, and you can use your pills to pick up a couple of hoses. Swap back to the regular reality and pick up another 2 hoses. Then you can look at the diagram on the wall to see how the hoses and chemicals are supposed to be set up. Over on the right wall there's going to be a machine that you'll need to examine and fix a tube with your tape. Then open the tank, pour in the water, and close it. Flip the green switch down, the black lever right, and the brown level to the horizontal position. Light the gas with a match and then you can go to the chemistry set and start fixing it up according to the diagram next to it. That means we'll need to put the 4 hoses in there where they need to go, and then put in the chemicals in the flasks. Going from left to right, that would be Fireberries, A18, 2PF, R15, and N166. Turn the blue handle to the right and the red handle to the left to finish it out. Now we can get Check for using the green crayon to check off the AFM ingredient on the checklist to the left of the chemistry set. You'll then want to go talk to Itward and he'll take you to go see a rabbit. You'll go into that room, he'll lock you in there, and then you can pick up the wrench from on the table and a carrot from the pile of carrots. Now we can get Feeding the Robot Rabbit for giving the robot rabbit 3 carrots to eat. This takes a little bit of time because of how slowly he eats, but just go into the ultra reality and feed the giant robot rabbit those carrots. You'll also notice that the cards that were around the room went from having numbers in the regular reality to having numbers and a direction. Keep that in mind for a future puzzle. Now press the blue button on the wall and take out the battery. Go to the panel on the back wall and you can use your wrench to take the bolts off. Put the battery into that and then turn the big wheel on the wall, and then press the blue button on the elevator door again. Go up there and then go over to the hatch where you'll need to use the cards from before to solve the code. So that means you're going to need to do right 8, right 5, left 8, right 6, and left 9. Then climb down the ladder and hit the blue button to get a nice little surprise birthday party by Itward and Mr. Midnight. You'll open up the present that he gave you and then you'll have an attack by the Kamalas. So, go up to the roof to where there's a water pump and use it to fill your bucket full of water, and then bring it down to the engine room where the Kamala is. Go into the ultra reality and throw the bucket of water on the Kamala. It'll run to the top of the ship, and then you'll just have to use the water pump to spray it a few times until you finally defeat it. Then you can go back to Itward and let him know that you successfully fought off the Kamala. Now once you're able to move around after a few cutscenes, you'll want to go to the back street and then to the left, try to open the door to your house, search for the key, and then send Mr. Midnight up to the 2nd floor to try to get in. After a little bit, try the door again and Dr. Deern will show up. You'll talk to him, read the papers he gives you, and then he'll take you to a cemetery. Talk to him again and then you can get the Memorial achievement for lighting the candles of your family's graves. You'll then need to go find a shovel, so we're going to head over to the right and find a locked door. Dang it. Well, now we can head back over to the left to Dr. Deern's car and you can pick up the crowbar from in there. Take that to the door and Sebastian will come out and talk to you. He's going to want some leather and we know just the car to get it from. So go back to the car and cut out a chunk of leather from one of the seats to give Sebastian. After all that, you can return back to the graves and Dr. Deern will have some shovels. Use those to dig up the graves and look inside each of the coffins. You can then talk to Dr. Deern again and follow him back out of the cemetery where he'll be killed and you'll be captured. And that is going to be everything for Chapter 4 of Franbo. The next chapter is going to be linked right here, so be sure to check that out if you're going through the game, and as always, hit the like button, subscribe, and comment down below for whatever games you'd like me to cover next.